everyone. Today we are here to discuss SOP. So the question arises, what is an SOP? SOP, or the statement of purpose, is an integral part of your application when you decide to apply for a particular course in a particular university. And SOP is the least discussed thing in any of the classrooms, but that doesn't reduce the importance of an SOP. An SOP is actually that only part of your application that gives you an opportunity to project yourself. Irrespective of your grades, your scores, your academic qualifications, this is actually your face in an application. So today I am going to give you 4 tips with which you can make a good SOP. So let's begin with them. The first tip is give yourself time. You cannot write a wonderful SOP overnight. Introspect well, reflect well, and start writing weeks or months in advance. Don't expect a perfect SOP in first go. Let your thoughts flow freely. Do not bother to rectify yourself in the first go. Let yourself be stupid, let yourself be silly. That's absolutely okay. You can always edit it later on. It would be edited multiple times before submitting. Brainstorm. Brainstorm with yourself for your skills, your strengths, your backgrounds, the jobs that you have taken up, your interests, your hobbies, and all those things. And keep jotting them down on a piece of paper as they come to you. Second, very important tip is the language of an SOP. Be lively with your language. Let it flow smoothly. Now, there is a misconception that formal language has to be very dry. It cannot be interesting. Formal doesn't mean boring. You have to keep it in mind. Formal doesn't mean boring. Use your senses well. Enjoy your SOP perfectly. Your SOP should be vivid and detailed. Be natural, and yes, be very, very clear with your language. Use the language which is absolutely transparent to understand. All the placid terms, like all the random terms like is, was, will be, these terms should as much as possible be replaced with the active verbs. With the active words, that would be very, very influential in an SOP. And of course, you cannot forget the language tools like grammar, spelling, punctuation. All these things should be checked and rechecked over and over again. Coming to the third tip, the word limit. The universities are very, very specific about the word limit. Never ever go overboard. Let's say if you are given opportunity to write SOP in 500 words, 498 is okay, but 502 will not be okay. So follow instructions clearly. Whatever word limit is given to you, write within that word limit. Now coming to the fourth and the most important part of an SOP, the content of an SOP. And when we talk of the content, be original. See, the counselors are there who write SOPs for you, but they are general. They cannot be very particular about your likes, your interests, your hobbies, your skills. So write your SOPs on your own. My sincere suggestion to every person, write your SOPs on your own. Be very, very original when you are writing your SOP. Now for your convenience, I have divided this content section into 3 parts. The first one is your background. The initial section of the SOP talks about your background. That means the background may include your educational qualifications, maybe your GRE, GMAT scores, whatever certifications you have done, if you have done internships, your courses, if you have any job experience, they can be mentioned. And yes, there is a glitch here. People talk about family background. Should it be included or should it be avoided? Including family background is absolutely optional. But yes, Always keep it in mind that these selectors, when they read an SOP, they are looking for the wow moments. Wow moments cannot be picked from any book. There you can make use of your family background. For example, you are applying for a course in mechanical engineering and you say that, okay, my father is an engineer, and with him, once I visited the plant, I saw a mechanical hand getting down and lifting a huge box, a heavy box. That moment clicked something inside me, and I decided to pursue my higher studies in mechanical engineering. So if you have something such to discuss, you can give your family background. Otherwise, you can let it go. You can just let it be. Second section, you as a person. In this section, you are expected to describe yourself, your strengths, your hobbies, your skill sets, your extracurricular activities, how individual you are, how would you be an asset to the university, how you would differ from any other student at the university. So this second section describes you as a person, and the third, I would say the most elaborate section of an SOP is your future plans. And in this section, you talk about your career goals. You tell how this course fits in your career goals, how it helps in taking you towards your career goals. And make sure that you have done your homework. You know everything about the course you have applied to, the university you have applied to, because only then you will be able to answer this section very, very carefully. You should know the details of the courses. In short, you should be able to project that you know why you are here and you know what you are planning to do. Your intentions are absolutely clear and there are no vague thoughts about your intentions here. At the end, you should show you care. Apart from all these sections, you should project your sensitivity towards people around you, towards society at large, how you would benefit the university in itself. Always remember that SOP is your face when you are not around. Many a times, a good SOP can overpower an average academics and average GRE GMAT scores. So, get, set, go. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video and press the bell icon next to it. All the best. Goodbye.